All right, guys. So I stumbled across this video on TikTok in which this girl essentially is having a miserable time at life, right? And going out with friends because she sees everything as racist, right? She sees everything as a microaggression. And she's not comfortable in settings where there are not other minorities around her. She's also not comfortable with patriotism. She says she gets offended by USA chants and things like this. And that is a big issue in her life because it basically makes her a not enjoyable person to be around, right? So she has some issues, and I think I can help her solve these issues. So I'm going to give her some advice. But first, I want you guys to actually watch the video of her grievances, and then I will give you guys my thoughts afterwards. Take a look.
I'm such a defensive, miserable and I'm so tired of like ruining everybody else's time with my attitude every time that we go somewhere, because everything fucking feels racist to me. Everything feels racist everywhere we go, and I hate going places and there being like no other minorities there, and so everything around me feels like a fucking microaggression. Everything around me feels like triggering. I can't go anywhere. Like if I go somewhere and there's too many American flags around, I'm defensive, and now I'm getting scared. Like when the crowd last night and the crowd is chanting USA, USA, now I'm starting to panic. And it's like, other people are fine, other people are cool, you know, the situation is what it is, but not to me. To me, it's so triggering, and so like I'm uncomfortable, and then I make everyone around me uncomfortable. And I need to figure out like why.
All right, guys. So as you can hear there, you heard her grievances, right? She essentially, again, is having issues thinking that everything is racist, right? She sees everything as a microaggression, and this is leading her to basically have a miserable life. And here's how I want to help this person. First of all, the issue that she's having, right, first and foremost, is that she has low self-esteem, right? She does not think highly of herself. Okay, she does not think that she is equal to those people that she's offended by, aka white people, right? And this is a byproduct of the psychological brainwashing that comes from the left that they try to input into black people, that you are inferior, right? And this is what it manifests into, right? She literally has an inferiority complex to white people. She does, okay? That's why she gets so triggered being around non-minorities, okay? That's why she gets so triggered. So she needs to find out what she loves about herself, embrace that, and improve her self-esteem. Think more highly about herself, right? Second of all, she needs to turn off social media, right? Turn off social media, because social media is toxic, right? It's one of those things, especially leftist social media. Everything is racist, right? They're always complaining about racism, right? And if you see that every day, if you see racism every day, of course you're going to think everything is racist when it's really not. And to me, you know, she also could be a college student, right? She looks college age. So she could be taking these woke indoctrination classes in which, you know, the academics are telling her that everything is racist and that white people are bad. But what she has to understand is that that's just academia. That's not the real world. It's not the real world. And that leads me to my third point here. She needs to go out and meet white people, right? She needs to go out and make friends with white people, actually talk to white people, get to know them, okay? And the reason why is because if she actually made an effort to do that, she would realize that these people that she's so afraid of, she feels so passive aggressive towards, are no different than her. She may find people that share similar interests to her, whether that's music, whether that's hobbies, whether that's, you know, entertainment, whatever, right? She may find that she has a lot in common with these people. And I think that her fear of, white people comes from ignorance. This is why I tell her to go out and meet some people, purposely get to know people, talk to them. It's the same thing, guys, when people talk about how people that are racist are ignorant. Racism comes from ignorant, right? People that are racist against black people are racist against black people because they don't know any black people. They don't have any black friends, okay? Their worldview is very narrow and limited. So with that being said, their view of black people may just be a bunch of stereotypes about black people because they never interacted with any black people. It's the same thing with her. She probably has very limited experience interacting with white people. She probably does not have an open mind towards interacting with white people. Therefore, she feels uncomfortable around non-minorities. Okay? And listen, I'm going to tell you something. I will say this. When I was in college, I definitely feel like there was some people who, were not white, who were minorities or whatever, who kind of had the same sentiments, right? When you're around a bunch of people and a lot of them happen to be white, I definitely know people who feel uncomfortable, right? They don't feel like they belong. But at the end of the day, right, like to overcome that feeling of not belonging, you really just have to get to know people, be personal, be friendly, and also just think highly of yourself. Get your self-esteem up. Understand that you are just as good as everybody else. That's ultimately what it comes down to. So with this person right here, right, I really do think that she has to open her mind up to other perspectives and to make new friends in order to overcome, I guess, her anxiety or whatever, right? Because I really do feel like it's a self-esteem issue. People have to stop being so offended by everything. Everything is not a microaggression. Sometimes you're going to have interactions with people in which they're going to do something that you might not necessarily like, or you don't know how you should feel about it. What I tend to do, guys, is always give people the benefit of the doubt until proven otherwise. Especially when I first meet somebody, I don't really know them. That's what I do. I always try to assume that a person's intent was pure, that they did not have malice intent when they did something. Okay? Just because somebody bumps into me at a bar or whatever doesn't mean that I'm going to get mad and try to fight them because they bumped into me at a crowded bar, right? We all know people like that. Somebody bump into them, they ready to fight. To me, in my opinion, that's just a waste of energy. It's a waste of time. And it just ruins the experience for everybody that you're with, right? Nobody likes being around a person that gets upset and mad about every little thing that somebody says to them. Nobody likes that. And she sounds like she's one of those type of people. You have to give people the benefit of the doubt and look at the world from a glass half full approach. That's the best way to do it. You'll be less miserable. You'll have a better time with friends. Lastly, love to love this country, okay? I hate seeing what people complain about patriotism. Talking about how the USA chants make them feel uncomfortable and stuff like that. There's really no reason for it. This is the greatest country on earth. You're not going to have any better opportunities anywhere else on earth besides here. Love to love this country for what it is, the good and the bad. Love it for what it is. If you do that, again, you're going to have an easier time enjoying life and having fun with your friends. You only got one life to live. Don't waste it being miserable, worried about non-existent racism and microaggressions. Please. So, like I said, guys, I think this girl's issue is self-esteem. And I think that if she fixed that issue and stopped looking at the world from such a negative place and stop getting on woke social media, I think she'll be fine. And make some friends as well. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.